Right now at 10, President Biden taking action in order to help those struggling Americans keep food on the table. Plus, we're taking an inside look at the new COVID-19 vaccine facility in Mountain Iron. And later, watch your step at Park Point, the trash that's being found in the sand.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Natalie Grant. Kristen and Tony are on assignment tonight. Thanks for joining us. Less than a week into his first term, President Biden took action Friday to provide relief to struggling Americans feeling the financial impacts of COVID-19. Vaccine shortages and concern over the new variants of the virus are raising worries about the prospect of getting this pandemic under control. CBS News correspondent Chris Martinez reports from Los Angeles.
With the stroke of a pen, President Biden is urging the Agriculture Department to boost pandemic food benefits for low-income families by 15%.
We will not let people go hungry.
The president signed a second executive order Friday calling for a $15 minimum wage for federal workers. As the pandemic continues its destructive path, there's new concern over a more contagious COVID variant from the UK that's detected in at least 22 states. Mutations have also been found in South Africa and Brazil.
If you have a virus that is more transmissible, you're going to get more cases. When you get more cases, you're going to get more hospitalizations. And when you get more hospitalizations, you're ultimately going to get more deaths.
To speed up lagging vaccination efforts, President Biden is invoking the Wartime Defense Production Act. 80-year-old Larry Darcy waited for his shot at a site in San Francisco.
I just hope everyone has the opportunity to get the shot as soon as they can. And I think with our new administration, that'll happen.
But it's not happening yet for many in New York City, where vaccine supply is running near empty.
Right now in New York City this week, we had to cancel tens of thousands of appointments, and we weren't allowed to tap into the second dose supply that's waiting on the shelf for weeks to be used.
New York officials are requesting permission to dip into the second dose stockpile to give to those still waiting for their first shot. Chris Martinez, CBS News.
Turning things closer to home, new groups of Minnesotans began receiving their COVID-19 vaccine today. That includes teachers, child care workers, and those 65 and older through a new pilot program. CBS 3's Emma Quinn gives us an inside look at the new clinic in Mountain Iron and shares what today meant for two Iron Range teachers.
It's definitely an exciting day for educators across the state and all residents of Minnesota.
For Amy Holtman and Corey Kaloji, Friday marked a milestone for the two Northland teachers as they received their first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine.
Truthfully, I cried. I really did. I felt this wave of relief. I didn't even know how concerned I was.
Both teachers took part in one of 9 vaccine pilot programs throughout the state.
To offer a vaccine to a broader group, including 65 and older, and education staff and child care staff.
The vaccine clinic is operating by appointment only for several weeks as state and county health departments work out best clinic operations.
This is a nice pilot project and a way to really start small and then see how it goes and improve from here with mass vaccination.
For Holtman and Kaloji, the vaccine brings them a sigh of relief.
So that this vaccine is available and in our community just gives me a true feeling of ease.
And a step in the right direction towards overcoming the pandemic.
Now, the state is not publicly sharing the exact locations of these clinics in order to discourage people from attending without an appointment. Now, anyone who makes an appointment will receive the address shortly after. For more information on how to make yourself an appointment, you can head to our website, cbs3duluth.com. Turning things over to Dave for a first look at that forecast. I was out on Park Point today. It was chilly out there.
Yeah, we started off below zero for most towns this morning. The only exceptions really were in the Upper Peninsula, and they were only barely above zero. And we started off clear and cool from the Arctic high pressure, but then clouds started to filter back in from low pressures that are off to our west, and that meant the clouds started to return. And if you look closely at this Doppler map here, you see a couple little popcorn snow showers popping up here and there in Minnesota and along the South Shore, a sign of things to come for tomorrow night. as an Alberta clipper tracks towards our region and a Colorado low builds up from the southwest. Neither of the two will really hit us directly, but they'll be close enough to bring us a snow chance. How much snow? Well, tomorrow night into early Sunday morning, I'm still thinking about 1 to 3 inches is the range of precip that's going to come across. And with the bear grease looming, we can use that snow. Is there any more snow coming after this weekend chance? Well, it may take a few days worth of wait, but there is at least one more chance, and I'll tell you when, coming up in just a few more minutes.
All right, thanks, Dave. Essentia Health answered the community's questions about the COVID-19 vaccine today. The hospital system held an hour-long virtual forum. Essentia leaders addressed who they're currently vaccinating. So far, Essentia has just vaccinated its staff, which includes about 5,400 of its workers across the entire Essentia system. Now, all of them have received the 2 doses. Now, following Minnesota guidelines, Essentia hopes to begin vaccinating people 65 and older when they have enough doses.
We are uncertain from each of our states what our vaccine allocation will be, and it is possible that our appointments for the vaccination may change subsequent to the allocations that we receive.
Now, Essentia hopes to open up clinics and begin scheduling appointments for certain population groups by next week. For more information, you can head over to our website, CBS3Duluth.com. Meanwhile, Minnesota's governor says that they're making progress protecting long-term care staff and residents from COVID-19. Governor Tim Walz visited a long-term care facility today in New Hope. Staff and residents there have received their first doses. Walz says that means they can relax visitation guidelines, ending the isolation that many have felt. He says vaccination is the best tool to move forward with the end of the pandemic in sight.
We still have a ways to go in COVID, but I think to pause, give thanks to the folks who fought this on truly the front lines of where it was at, and then to see the changes that are coming with the vaccine.
Now, Governor Walz says that they're closely watching changes at the federal level, hoping it will allow them to step up their vaccination efforts. The state is considering making a central registry so anyone who wants a vaccine can sign up, giving them an idea of when and where they'll get the shot. Meanwhile, Wisconsin's state mask mandate will be up for debate starting next week. The Republican-controlled state legislature could vote on a resolution overturning the mandate as early as Tuesday. Now, 27 Republican lawmakers are currently backing this bill. It would have to pass both the Senate and the Assembly in order to end the public health emergency and undo that mask mandate. Now, it's supposed to run through at least March 20th. It first took effect in August, and Governor Tony Evers has renewed it 3 times. The mandate is also being challenged in the Wisconsin Supreme Court. Pieces of shredded aluminum dating back to the 70s are washing up on the shore of Park Point Beach, sparking safety concern from beach goers. They're showing up between the lift bridge and 13th Street South. I took a trip out to Park Point today to learn how the cans got there and the plans in place to fix this problem. Erosion and storm damage seem to be a never-ending problem for Park Point.
Erosion has been on the beach, has been negatively impacting their homes, the experiences that people have been having at the beach.
In an effort to combat the issue, the city of Duluth partnered with the Army Corps of Engineers to restore the beach. The Corps used dredges to bring new material to the shoreline last fall, but they dropped more than sand.
Unfortunately, there was apparently some trash, aluminum cans that were in an area of the harbor that were picked up by the dredge and then placed on the beach.
Aluminum cans dumped in the water back in the 1970s, now impacting the safety of Park Point residents and visitors.
Certainly we know that there's thousands of people that use the beach all year long, whether you're using your fat bike in the wintertime or you're going to the beach to enjoy the water with your family and friends. And so, again, the impact we are aware of, and it's a serious concern, which is why we want to make sure to be at the table and help mitigate it.
The city is calling on the Army Corps to help clean the beach and work towards a solution.
But we want to make sure we have a good way forward, right? We don't want this to happen again. We are looking at what the dredge equipment has, how it is done, how we maybe can find this type of garbage, right?
Working to get the beach back to normal soon for a safe summer by the Big Lake. Now, in speaking to the Army Corps today, they say that they have never seen this in any of their other dredging projects to date. Now, due to the ice and snow that's covering the beach, most of the cleanup will take place over the spring and summer. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, Michigan state health officials are asking Michiganders to stay diligent. What the new strain of COVID-19 means for the state.
Most towns started the day below 0, and then the finish, well, at least at Duluth Airport, was 11 above. That's cooler than normal. Tomorrow we'll get closer to normal, and that may provide enough heat energy to provide enough lift to help egg on a chance for some snow. We'll talk about the odds and the snow totals in more detail coming up after our break.
Live, local, CBS 3 News at 10 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, Kelly Hinson, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, local, CBS 3.
Join us weeknights for Live at 5 as we go around the Northland city by city.
Complying with national guidelines is made easy with the CEDA's commercial touchless forehead thermometer. The Instant Read LCD digital display yields an accurate body temperature reading from 2 to 4 inches within half a second. From schools, offices, shops, and all other public places, keep yourself safe and compliant with a hands-free thermometer that's easy to install and easier to use. Visit www.cetusonline.com. That is CETUSonline.com.
First 6-function multi-pro tailgate available on the GMC Sierra. Get $5,500 purchase cash on 2021 Sierra light duty crew cab models. Plus current eligible non-GM owners get an additional $750 purchase allowance. Plus eligible GM card members get $1,000 bonus earnings.
Visit your Lake Country GMC dealer.
We remember your name. Hi, Cheryl.
Hello.
Because it's your name. That's simple human sense.
Ask the Holden Insurance Agency if auto owners make sense for you.
Some things are just too important to leave out of your morning routine. Make sure we aren't one of them. Live, local, CBS 3, a great way to start your day.
Heart attacks and strokes happen, even in the midst of COVID-19, and at least one will occur while you're watching this. Heart attacks and strokes are medical emergencies. If you experience symptoms of a heart attack or stroke, do not delay seeking care. Call 911 immediately. Hospitals are prepared and can safely treat you. Visit cdc.gov/coronavirus to learn more.
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northland still to this day. From environmental issues to economics and so much more. Join me, Kristen Vaki, every Tuesday for Eye on Mining, a fair and unbiased report that answers the tough questions surrounding the world of mining.
Eye on Mining with Kristen Vaki. Tuesdays at 10 only on Live Local CBS 3. Brought to you by Iron Mining Association.
Join us weeknights for Live at 5 as we go around the Northland city by city.
Now, the CBS 3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Well, today's cold temperatures caused some folks to shiver. For others, it was a bit of opportunity. Up in the Ely area, Sarah Bria Berger fired up this homemade Zamboni and went out and did her little ice rink on one of the local lakes there. Pretty neat little outfit. Wagon with a tank full of water and a hose to a squeegee. Perfect. Well, folks who have their own little ice rinks outdoors or on lakes probably will have to shovel off the snow by tomorrow evening because that's when our next snow chance comes around. And this chance might add up to 1 to 3 inches, which isn't a lot, but the way the winter's been rolling, it's the most we've had for a bit. So we'll take it and we'll make the best of it. Here's what we're getting to make of things of at the airport in Duluth. Current conditions 11 above for the current reading, so we're tied with the daytime high. 70% is the relative humidity. West winds going 9 miles per hour, and the air pressure for the time being is on the higher side at 30.23 inches of mercury. But with 2 troughs of lower pressure trying to work through the weekend here, barometer readings indeed will go down. Temperatures are going down tonight. as well, but not as drastically as this morning. I think most of us, but not all of us, will stay above zero. But back to the currents, it's 8 to 9 degrees in the Upper Peninsula, and in northern Wisconsin, we're running 10 to 12. Northern Minnesota's current range is running from about 5 to 14. Warmer to the west, a little bit cooler to the east. Warmer to the west because of the cloud cover that's increasing with the advance of the low pressure system. So we look at our Doppler map at our area right now, and yeah, the clouds are moving in from west to east, and we're still getting very slight snow showers popping up here and there. It's hard to see them unless you really zoom in, but they're out there, few and far between. They'll become less few and a little less far between by tomorrow, as a small trough of lower pressure to the north works by and a slightly bigger one from the southwest works into our region. We can call this one a Colorado low. Usually they're pretty potent snowstorms, but in our neck of the woods, I think this time around it's bringing 1 to 3 inches, and that'll be probably Saturday night into early Sunday morning. And by Sunday afternoon, a new high pressure cell takes over, dries us up, tries to clear us up, and keeps low pressure systems at bay perhaps until next Friday. That's when we get our next chance for snow. So if the Saturday system doesn't pay off to your satisfaction, we get another go around coming in probably a week from now. Forecast tonight, Minnesota-wise, low temps could go below zero towards the ranges in International Falls by a few degrees, but then 0 to 7 for the rest of the state. Over in Wisconsin, Michigan, 0 to 4 above for the low temps there. And we all get a mostly cloudy sky, peppered here and there with a few flurries. But the better chances tomorrow evening, 90% shot Wisconsin, Michigan with highs in the 20s. And Minnesota numbers, upper teens to lower 20s, 60% chance for that 1 to 3 inches of snow, which is followed by a mini cool down for Monday. We go back below 0, but only 5 below this time around. Get some sunshine on Monday. Clouds start to increase in temperatures as well, Natalie, until we ease on into next Friday when that 30% chance of follow-up snow comes to knock on our door.
All right. Thanks, Dave. Today, Michigan state health officials are encouraging everyone in the state to take caution as the new strain of COVID-19 is spreading through the state. Lexi Petrovic spoke tells us what the new variant means for Michiganders.
In less than a year, nearly 550,000 people in Michigan have tested positive for COVID-19. Now, the state's top doctor says there's a new, faster spreading strain of the virus surfacing in Michigan.
We don't want to go back to where we were last April or where we were in the beginning of November when our hospitals were overwhelmed and hundreds of people were dying every day.
The new B117 variant is not more deadly, but doctors say it spreads faster.
It's about 50% more contagious than the COVID that we've been talking about. And that means if 1,000 people have COVID, that means with this variant, 1,500 people would get this variation of COVID.
State officials say all 3 cases are linked to the University of Michigan campus in Ann Arbor and a woman who returned back from the UK, where the variant first was identified.
We have to be even more super diligent about the things that we've been doing for the past year. Diligent about face masks, diligent about social distancing, diligent about washing our hands.
State leaders urge Michiganders not to let up too soon in the fight against COVID-19.
Now, according to Michigan health officials, the vaccine looks to be effective in preventing against the new COVID-19 variant. Still to come on Live Local CBS3, a Duluth East student's life is changing drastically after a serious skiing accident. More details on his condition coming up next.
CBS3 Live Cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Winter is here, and there's no better way to take on the Northland's toughest season than in a new all-wheel drive Ford SUV. Warm up today with great winter features like mobile remote start and heated front seats. Plus, for a limited time, get up to $4,000 total cash on a Ford Escape. Tackle the snow in an Edge with up to $6,000 total cash. Or add an Explorer to your garage with up to $5,000 total cash. Your chance to save big on a Ford SUV won't last. Hurry to your local Northland Ford dealer today.
Hi, I'm Steve Little, owner of Your Home Improvement Company. 2020 was an unbelievable year for all of us. As a family-owned and operated business, we have been doing our best to stay focused on you this past year with our zero interest and zero payments until 2022 program. Thank you for allowing us to assist you in updating your most lived-in asset during this difficult time, your home. From all of us at your home improvement company, Bath Planet, and my family to yours, have a healthy, happy, and safe new year.
When severe weather hits, tune to CBS3 for up-to-date coverage morning and night.
This year's been just a huge year. We've had everything going on with the pandemic. It's hard to not have your heart go out to those people, the millions that have been impacted by that. That's why we do what we do, to try and keep people in the know. What's going on with this? When is it going to end? When's the vaccine going to be here? How is this impacting you? Where are resources to help you get through the pandemic and keep you and your family safe through all of this?
For coverage that matters most to you, tune to live local CBS3.
Here from Discover Wisconsin. Join me and the rest of the crew every week on this station for all things Wisconsin. Continue the adventure on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and discoverwisconsin.com. Plus, subscribe to the Cabin Podcast, available wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Some things are just too important to leave out of your morning routine. Make sure we aren't one of them. Live, local, CBS3, a great way to start your day.
Wash your hands. Wear a mask.
Mantén distancia.
Stay home when you're sick.
Slow the spread.
We can do this together.
Join us weeknights for Live at 5 as we go around the Northland, city by city.
In the blink of an eye, Duluth East student athlete Mason Brandstrader's life was turned upside down. He was skiing at Spirit Mountain on Monday when a crash left him seriously hurt and with the possibility he may never walk again. CBS 3's Ryan Campo has more on Brandstrader's positive outlook and the community that's stepping up to help.
Everything has changed forever.
What started off as a normal day for 17-year-old Mason Brandstrader and his girlfriend.
We got our stuff on and got off at the top of the hill and just went straight down to where the jumps were.
Quickly went sideways.
I just remember kind of being in the air upside down, and that's all I remember until after that, at like 5 o'clock, I was at the hospital.
Which is a phone call no parent ever wants to receive. Your child has been involved in an accident.
Immediately, you have to really just move into what needs to be done. And this is your most precious thing in life, your children.
Mason broke his back and suffered a spinal cord injury. He now has very little feeling in his legs and can't move them. He's being treated at Essentia before heading to a treatment facility in Colorado.
To be around, hopefully, people that are my age that are going through similar experiences, and they just have a lot of resources there.
And now his mother, Stacy, has started a GoFundMe to help with hospital costs. The community has donated more than $20,000 in the last 2 days.
I set initially an amount of $20,000, and today that we learned that the transportation just to get to the Craig Hospital could be from $15,000 to $80,000, depending on what is covered by insurance.
Both Mason and his parents agree they are overwhelmed with the amount of support they have received.
Part of what has sustained us is the unbelievable outpouring of love that has come from our friends and family.
That and another silver lining is keeping him going during this season of tragedy and change.
I realized that I was going so fast that I never had the time to enjoy what was going on. And now I'll have all the time in the world to enjoy what's going on around me.
Well, we're wishing him the best of luck. Now, if all goes well, Mason is hoping to head to Colorado next week to begin therapy. We have a link to the GoFundMe page on our website, CBS3Duluth.com. Coming up next in sports, the UMD men's basketball team was back on the hardwood. Plus, it was the home opener for the Wild. Those highlights coming up with Neil Viersba right after the break.
For coverage that matters most to you, tune to CBS3.
Menards has everything you need to make your home a better place to live. Save big on the name brand products you know and love, like Bounty paper towels, Swiffer dusters, Charmin bath tissue, and more. A 96-load bottle of Era liquid laundry detergent is $7.99. Remove harmful moisture with this Delta Breeze bath fan that features ultra-quiet operation and long life. Just $44.99. Improve your home with big savings from Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Still a traffic jam. Just better views. Still your to-do list. Just getting more done. Still packing up. Just a little easier. The Chevy Silverado, making life's journey just better.
Right now, get $4,750 cash allowance on this 2021 Silverado. Plus, current Chevy owners with an eligible GM credit card get an additional $1,750 total allowance. Visit TrueNorthChevyDealers.com.
We pick up the phone because it's ringing. Hello, this is Sam. That's simple human sense.
Ask the Holden Insurance Agency if auto owners make sense for you.
Some things are just too important to leave out of your morning routine. Make sure we aren't one of them. Live, local, CBS3, a great way to start your day.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Fire threatens everything in its path. When it threatens our communities, we respond. We bring the fight to the front line. The Army National Guard stands ready because sometimes the front lines are in our own backyard. We will always be there when our community needs us the most. Find out more about serving your community part-time by visiting NationalGuard.com.
The UMD men's basketball team was eager to get back on their home court on Friday after suffering their first loss of the year last Saturday to UMary. Bulldogs facing a red-hot MSU Moorhead team coming in with 4 straight wins. Second half, UMD trying to play catch-up. This will help. Austin Andrews gets the tough shot to go underneath. 14-point game. Very next possession, Drew Blair drives, absorbs some contact, then lays it in for 2. UMD pulls within 12, but the Dragons just too tough down the stretch. Bryce Ersfeld with 2 of his 21 team-leading points. Moorhead wins by a final of 93-76. It was a very unique night at Duluth East High School. The Greyhounds were up against a top 20 team in the entire country, and ESPN's current #1 high school prospect, that's Minnehaha Academy, and their 7'1" senior Chet Holmgren. They average over 100 points per game. Obviously a big hill to climb for East, but they did what they could tonight. Noah Paulson gets it inside for Za Buffalo, but they're down by 30 coming out of the halftime because the Redhawks can flat out play. Their lineup just littered with D1 prospects. That's Trent Finney to Holmgren, who is still uncommitted. He had 21 tonight. And then it was showtime. Mercy Miller to Percy Miller, both sons of rapper Master P. That's right, you heard that right. Bet they've done that a few times in the driveway. 77-36 was the final, actually the tightest Minnehaha game of the season so far. To the pros, Timberwolves coming off a heartbreaking loss to the Magic back at home against the Hawks. Second quarter, Wolves fighting back. D'Angelo Russell drains the baseline jumper, pulling Minnesota within 15. Sadly, overall, it was still a long night for Minnesota. Trae Young hits one from out in the suburbs, 21-point lead at that point. The Wolves fall 116-98. After spending their first 4 games of the season on the West Coast, the Minnesota Wild finally had their home opener this evening. The Wild meeting up with a familiar face as Devin Dubnyk and the Sharks were in town. Just 5 minutes in, Minnesota gets on the board. Jordan Greenway with a shot on net, and teammate Joel Eriksson-Ek is there on cleanup duty. Wild with the early 1-0 lead. To the second, game now tied at 1. Nick Bjugstad with a shot, and once again, Minnesota takes advantage on the rebound. Zach Parise with the goal. The Wild would add 2 empty netters for the 4-1 victory. The UMD women's hockey team hitting the road for just the second time this season, playing at Bemidji State. It would take overtime, and it's the Beavers who come out on top 1-0. Game 2 tomorrow, puck drop at 4:07. Aaron Rodgers has had a crack at 4 NFC Championship games throughout his career. The first one turned out pretty well back in 2010 with a Super Bowl title, but since then, not so much. Green Bay has lost their last 3 straight conference championship appearances, the Brandon Bostic game to Seattle in 2014, and then a pair of blowouts after that, the Falcons in 2016 and the 49ers last year. Rodgers has never had one at home, though, and he's ready for round 5.
Definitely thankful to be back here. A lot of people didn't think we'd be back here after last season. You know, we got a lot of interesting comments last year about us being the worst 13-3 team that people had seen. Not the same type of comments this year. Obviously, we're clicking a lot better on offense. And thankful for the chance to be playing. There were so many unknowns when we started the season. Now we're here and we have fans. So it's pretty exciting to be here, excited about Sunday, and excited about the weather we had today.
Now that's going to do it for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Change the future of medicine from the convenience of home. Join the All of Us research program to help improve health research and speed up medical breakthroughs. Visit essentialhealth.org/allofus to learn more.
Mount Royal Market has express online shopping. Shop online and select your items. Your personal shopper carefully gathers everything on your list. Schedule your pickup and we deliver right to your car. Express online shopping from Mount Royal Market. Let us take care of you.
Find the home of your dreams with Homes by Edmunds. Whether you're buying or selling, trust Duluth's oldest real estate company, Homes by Edmunds, LLP. Sunday mornings at 10:30 on CBS3.
Angie's Closet is a consignment boutique that carries designer brand women's clothing and accessories in all shapes, sizes, and styles that are friendly on your wallet. Come let Angie and her team style you from head to toe in an outfit that is just your style. We feature fashionable accessories, locally made candles, and more. We are honored to have been voted the best consignment store in the Northland for 2020. Angie's Closet appreciates you shopping local. Shop in-store, online, or curbside pickup. Tower Avenue, Superior.
Epilepsy can affect anyone with a brain.
It does not discriminate.
If you have a brain,
you can get epilepsy.
But here's something that's just as important to know.
Anyone with a brain can affect epilepsy.
So let's use our brains to do just that.
Let's change the way people think about epilepsy.
To find cures.
Because if all of us can get epilepsy,
all of us can end epilepsy.
We just need to use our brains.
Let's use our brains.
Let's use our brains.
Let's use our brains to end epilepsy.
Our schools provide so much more than just learning support.
The school year didn't start out the way that we wanted it to, but who's to say it won't be better at the end?
We need to slow the spread so our economy has a chance to recover.
So our kids can be in school and be on the ice.
And we can keep our friends and families safe. For our students and teachers.
For our essential workers.
For the people you love.
Thank you for doing your part. Go Hunters.
Men's wardrobe provided by Mainstream Fashions for Men, celebrating 30 years in business in 2021 with 30% off store-wide, downtown Duluth.
Well, here's a last look at our forecast for the next 7 days, and the first two perhaps are the most interesting. Snow fans, we may get a little bit of that Saturday night into Sunday morning. 30 to 60% chance for 1 to 3 inches of snow. Then it gets sunny by Monday.
All right, thanks, Dave. Well, that's your CBS 3 News at 10. Have a great rest of your night.